Okay, fire away. Questions?
How's Malik's health?
Better. We got back. Our flight was canceled after the game because of a mechanical problem with the plane, so we couldn't fly out till 11:30 in the morning yesterday. And then we got back and we went through a walkthrough with the team for about an hour and 15 minutes. Did a little bit of lifting. And then after we were done the walkthrough, he went for probably at least an hour of pretty good up and down running and shooting at the same time. So it seems like he's, back in terms of his back. He got a little tired yesterday, which is to be expected. I expected that because he hadn't done anything literally in 7 days, either shoot or run. So he probably doesn't have 100% of his conditioning back, but he's, a lot closer than I thought he would be, taking 7 days off without being able to run.
The delays in the plane, did that affect y'all's schedule any other, practice or anything?
Yeah, of course. It's affected everything. We missed class yesterday. It affected every single thing, so it was really disappointing that happened.
How has the defense, and I know I asked you earlier in the week too, but how has the defense evolved as a team defense? Maybe not anyone specifically, but as a team defense recently?
I just think that we've continued to improve, and we've had some tough times. Again, we're having guys that have been in foul trouble in games, not so much in this past game, which again was good for us. And so this was a game, for example, that Gavin did not get in foul trouble and was able to play probably more minutes than I should have played him because he was so exhausted he wasn't being able to play at the level that he can, maybe a little more well-rested. But he played 33 minutes, which is, one of his high-minute games in the year, I'm pretty sure, at a high level against a very good big freshman that was super physical and I think really took a lot out because that's how he plays. Tyler Davis really gets it. He'll be an NBA player, no question. That was a disappointing loss because we had the ball up one, 60-59, 3 different times. Missed a really good look from 3 that was uncontested. Got an inside shot that we didn't shot fake on and would have been fouled. All we had to do was fake. It was a foul. We only got the line 10 times, which was a problem. And then we had a bad turnover where we had an opening and didn't read it correctly. And then we really got a tough break because 2:35 to go. If you guys watch the game, if you're back and looked at the film, you would see Gavin Ware rolling to the basket and bowling the guy over, which was the correct call at 2:36, foul on Ware. The same exact play occurs at the other end when 1:35 to go. Game tied. Q Weatherspoon gets there, goes down, gets fouled, and there's a no call. So I was really disappointed in that for our team and for our players. But we had our chances, up with the ball 3 different times with a 1-point lead and couldn't capitalize. And then the last, you give House credit. House really took the game over, and that was my fault for not making the switch and having Chicken on him. Chicken had 3 fouls, but should have had Chicken on him. And Chicken had a great game, really played well. But that game's behind us now. It's on to South Carolina, who's equally good at 23-5, 10-5 in the conference. In my opinion, the toughest, most physical team in our league is South Carolina. And if I were an NCAA tournament team here in a few weeks, I would not want to play against the Gamecocks. I think they're so tough, they're so physical, they're senior dominated, they have a lot of experience, they have great guard play. Carrera is a special player because of his passion and just how tough he is. And, he had his career game against us. So I know he's right now thinking, I can't wait to play against these guys again because I killed him the last time I played against them.
What can you take from that first game? I know it's been about a month since you played them last, but what can you take from that game into this?
Yeah, that we better understand and what kind of game it's going to be. If you come out there and expect it's going to be ballet, it ain't happening. They're knocking you around, and it's physical.
You mentioned Carrera. I think he was 30-something points he scored.
I think 31 and 16. I think career highs in both.
How do you manage to slow that down this go around? I mean, going in, I guess, not to reveal your secrets.
Yeah, but it's not a big secret. Take the challenge on and get tough.
You talked about several teams in the SEC who should be NCAA tournament teams. How much better do you think the league is this year versus maybe last year?
I have no idea about last year because I wasn't studying it like I am now. But this league is very good. And I will tell you this, that the teams that come out of this league to the NCAA tournament this year, I think are going to do really well and represent the league well because of how competitive the conference has been night in and night out. So I'm really confident that South Carolina, that Kentucky, and that Texas A&M will all do really well in the NCAA tournament. I think Vandy's going to get in. I think Florida's going to get in. And I think there's a chance that we'll get one more, still potentially after those guys. So it's going to be interesting down the stretch. Georgia has a chance. Alabama has a chance. LSU has a chance. There's a lot of teams that are still right there on the bubble. And as you know, you get SEC tournament time, anybody can come out of this thing. Obviously, I think it's done the right way where it's geared towards the top teams having the easiest path, having to only win 3 games, and then some winning 4, and then the bottom 2 are playing the playing game where it's almost impossible to win 5 in a row. Although I think it happened once with Georgia Tech, maybe.
You guys get to visit any with the Final Four team in this weekend?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that for our team. We're going to be at dinner tonight with them. So our team will be there for the dinner portion, and they'll have a program afterwards, and the team will get a chance to be dismissed so they can go home and rest and get ready for tomorrow's game. But I just think it's really nice for them because it's all Bulldog family. I mean, it's all one family, and what a special weekend for those guys to be back together for the first time in 20 years and to celebrate all the sacrifice, all the hard work, and all the success that came from that sacrifice and hard work from so many people, not just the players, the coaches, the trainer. You look at the support staff, the administrators, everybody's a part of it. And so I think it's really special, and I hope that they have a great experience and a great time.
I know the foul troubles played a role. I know the numbers have played a role, injuries and whatnot, but kind of take those out. What was the process like implementing the man-to-man defense, your man-to-man defense on this?
Well, we were implementing it early on, as you remember, and really struggling. The first time we played man-to-man in this conference, Gavin fouled out in 15 minutes. Right. And that was the biggest reason, his inability to guard ball screens and be able to plug things up to go to zone, honestly. And he's done a better job, and he had his best outing against Alabama late in that game, but again, only playing 17 minutes. When you ask him to do it for 28 to 30 minutes, it becomes more difficult because of conditioning, because it's hard. It's hard work. You have to be, in great physical condition to play both ends of the floor and be physical.
What about the freshmen? How, especially Q?
I think Q's really grown, even though he was taken apart in the last 2 minutes of the game at Texas A&M by House because he was too close to him and not down low enough in the stands, probably because he didn't have enough rest. He played 34 minutes. And again, it's a fine line between taking our best players out of the game to get them rest versus rolling the dice that they're going to be able to gut it up and still be in the stance you need to be in at that point of the game. And we were right there. I mean, it was the right thing to do. I mean, he's such a great competitor and a tough kid. I feel terrible. But he learned. I mean, and he learned, because I know that I made it clear to him that, this is, a learning experience so you can get better and you can improve. And I think he's done that. And, just yesterday's walkthrough was good. I mean, we're going to play good defense tomorrow. We're going to try real hard.
We've talked some already about this Final Four team being in town, but in your Final Four experiences, and I know you weren't here in '96, but what does that kind of accomplishment give a program like obviously what happened here 20 years ago?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It'll never be forgotten. And we were talking last night on the radio show, Jim Ellis and I, about the fans that were at GTR when the team came back from winning their 4th game in the tournament in preparation to go to the Final Four, and just what an unbelievable crowd and a parade almost on the freeway coming back with all the cars and thousands of people going crazy. And you know, to have those kind of memories and have those shared experiences for all the people that were involved in that team is really special. And that's why, and I want to play our hearts out for those guys.
Any more questions?
Okay, thank you.